Hello gamers and future friends, today I will be reviewing a game that takes you through a psychedelic world of colors. A unique Metroidvania that puts its own spin on the genre with something a bit more different than your usual progression. But sadly, this unique spin on progression and beautiful world was not enough for me to recommend it. If that needs further explanation, here is my review of Ultros. I put quotations around the word review in the title when I have not finished a game or at least feel that I have played enough to give me the full experience. The reason for Ultros not being finished was not due to boredom or lack of interest. If I'm being honest, I was having fun with it, but simply because after about 5 hours, I got soft locked, but we will get to that later. First, I will focus on the positive. Alright, let's just get it out now. Ultros is a beautiful game. Not only the colors, but the world this developer created reminds me a lot of Pandora from Avatar. You just feel the world around you is alive and all connected. Later on, you plant various plants that can assist you, for example, to help reach locations you weren't originally able to get to, and it gives you a sense of bonding with this world. This alone allowed me to try and be more invested in the story, to try my best and figure out the nature of the world, literally. So yes, Ultros is a beautiful game. Ultros is also a very polished game. I never experienced one crash, bug, glitch, you name it. And it had smooth gameplay, and to me, that's the most critical. If you're someone like myself who played a fair amount of games, it leads you experiencing more of this corrupt gameplay than someone who maybe plays only after the reviews. Me personally, I just buy and play without hesitation. So having experienced an excessive amount of bugs, it's especially nice when I go to play a game with no delays. I hate to say it, but that actually does it for the positives. It's a beautiful, polished game, yes, but now the negatives. In order of my explanation, 1. The game makes you restart from scratch after every vessel found. I never like this in games. 2. The map only shows a portion at a time, but that goes a little bit more in depth later on. 3. As in-depth as visuals are, when it comes to enemies, the world is a bit abandoned. And last, and the big one that ties all of these together, I got soft-locked. Okay, first. The game makes you restart from the beginning after each container opened. A typical run of Ultros is wake up, stare at the water, realize you can't go right, go left, fall in a hole, find sword, talk to ghost, continue, fight a few enemies, possibly a boss, find a container, open it, go back to the main hall, get sucked in. Wake up, stare at the water, realize you can't go right, go left, fall in a hole, find sword, talk to a ghost, continue, fight a few enemies, possibly a boss, find a container, open it, go back to the main hall, get sucked in. Now, I could do this 8 more times, but I'm not going to. With each restart, you lose progression. There is a skill tree to unlock map visuals of collectibles, different attacks, a variety of things. So there's all this sort of stuff on the ground that you can eat to A, heal, and B, increase these 4 things. After you increase these things, you go to your skill tree, and now you can unlock a skill. Now, after you get sucked into the main hall, all those skills that you've unlocked previously are removed, and this device on your back gets removed, and everything's just you're back at the beginning. And I hate this. To a point, after unlocking my 3rd container, I just stopped using the skill tree altogether, because what's the point if it's just going to be taken away from me in the next hour? It's just a waste of time, especially when none of the skills helped me to complete a run. Bosses and enemies were easy enough, I didn't need any upgrades, and there's no benefit in telling me where specific collectibles are. I'm about to have to start from the beginning anyway, so what's it all worth? Second, the map only shows a small portion that you are currently located. This is an issue because I would be right here, okay? And I have no idea where I have or haven't been. So in the end, I'm just running everywhere until eventually I come across a new location. Whereas Ori or Hollow Knight or literally any Metroidvania I've ever played shows the whole map in either a red line, a door, an opening, a missing piece of the map, something to indicate where I have or haven't been. This prevents boring gameplay of me just running around. Third, yes, Ultros is beautiful, but it's almost an optical illusion to make you think it's more in-depth than it actually is. There aren't many enemies, and not only that, keep in mind, every time you restart, you're just fighting the same enemies over and over. And I'm getting so tired of fighting this red lady in this dress over and over again, and doing her stupid trainings over and over and over again. Not to mention, I killed her and then triggered the scene where she's miraculously alive again. I think the best way I can describe this is, imagine if Team Cherry developed just this part of Hollow Knight and said, we're done. But instead of expanding, we're just going to keep bringing you back to the beginning once you reach a specific point. It wouldn't be what it was today. Lastly, the big one, I got soft locked. I literally went everywhere, but every single passage was either blocked by gears, a dark cloud, a sealed door, it was too high for a double jump, breakable walls were on the other side, water was too strong. I literally tried everywhere for hours until eventually I came to terms that I was soft locked and I did not feel like restarting. So here is why I think I got soft locked and why I hated it. So I planted this tree right here and went about my way. And when I restarted once, I came back and it grew into this. So I could now jump on it and reach a new section. This proves 100% that what you plant is needed to progress. Or this location, where this plant helped open these gears. There is no denying that planting these specific things helps you progress. Now, my issue is there are roughly 5 plants that can be planted, and there are so many locations to plant, but the game doesn't tell you what you should or shouldn't plant, or let you replant it in case you make a mistake. So you are stuck with whatever you choose to plant in that location. And I'm sorry, but I sure as hell am not paying attention to what these plants do and where I should plant them. So I essentially have a 1 in 5 chance of guessing correctly at all these plant locations to allow me to progress. So my assumption is I planted the wrong plant somewhere and now I have a tree leading nowhere rather than another plant that would have opened these gears. Not to mention the game doesn't allow you to remove the plant and try again. So I think I'm soft locked because I didn't plant the correct one in the correct location and can no longer try again. However, if anyone watching this can think of where I might be able to go, please let me know and I will gladly remove this review and review it again after I finish the game. Okay, I've given this game a big beating and frankly no one watches this channel, so who cares? Regardless, that does it here, gamers and future friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day.